Oh, hello. I'm so glad you could join me here today. I've been asked by friends of mine, or people who I thought were friends of mine, to review a fine literary achievement, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James, a #1 New York Times bestseller, I'm told. That must mean it's great, right? So we're going to go into this with an open mind and see how long it takes for me to say the word fuck during it. Here we go. Chapter 1. I scowl with frustration at myself in the mirror. All right, we are already one sentence in, and you can see that we are in first person present tense, which is the essay about your sick grandma with cancer of tenses. Kate is my roommate, and she has chosen today of all days to succumb to the flu. Therefore, she cannot attend the interview she's arranged to do with some mega industrialist tycoon I've never heard of for the student newspaper. Intriguing. Today I have to drive 165 miles to downtown Seattle in order to meet the enigmatic CEO of Gray Enterprises Holdings, Incorporated. Pause. I was on a student newspaper in college, okay? And unless you're in a student newspaper in like fucking Texas, okay, I don't know under what circumstances you would ever need to drive 165 freaking miles to go for an interview, okay? So that's whatever it is. So clearly E.L. James has not been on a college newspaper. Also, if you get sick, you don't ask somebody who's not on the paper to go do an interview for you. That's stupid. I ignore my pang of unwelcome sympathy. What? We're gonna take a shot anytime there's way too much dialogue with no attribution. Okay, for those of you drinking along at home, because this happens in Twilight, and this is the spiritual sequel to Twilight. I have made an effort and worn my one and only skirt, my sensible brown knee-length boots, and a blue sweater. Now you watch how quickly she's gonna rack up skirts when this S&M turd gets into her. He's gonna ply her with so many skirts, she's not gonna know what fucking hit her. I wonder if it reflects the personality of the Adonis, who sinks gracefully into one of the white leather chairs opposite me. This is horrible. She's gotta look awfully tacky with the backpack in that office. Next, I set up the digital recorder and am all fingers and thumbs, dropping it twice on the coffee table in front of me. Wait, is that a thing, all fingers and thumbs? I think it was Harvey Firestone who said, "The growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership." That was all in quotes. She probably looked, can we look that up? We're gonna have to look that up. Harvey Firestone also said, "I like selling tires to people that fucking explode." I own my company, I don't have to answer to a board. Fact check later. This, if he doesn't answer to a board, that's like a sole proprietorship or something. So if there's any inconsistency here, I'm gonna nail her ass to the wall. I have varied interests. Very varied. Very varied. Why does he make me so uncomfortable? Because he's eyeing you like a fucking sexual predator? That's one reason. I swallow hard. I'll bet you do, Anastasia Steele. Are you gay, Mr. Gray? What the fuck? Like, I would never ask somebody that. How can I tell him I'm just reading the questions? Damn, Kate and Kira. It was one of her questions. Shit. Fuck. Goddamn. And strange muscles deep in my belly clench suddenly.
Strange muscles?
Strange muscles in her belly. Well, that might mean something else. Smiles pleasantly at me. I fucking hate adverbs. And this is gonna be so many goddamn adverbs. I can already see every single smile is pleasantly given. Every single, like, thing is, like, you know, desperately said or whatever. This is gonna be fucking tedious. Fondly, she stares at her. I smile wryly at her. She arches her eyebrow as I stand self-consciously before her. She stands self-consciously. Fuck. She smiles kindly at me, smiling kindly, smiling pleasantly. Fuck. I see, he says, simply, and regards me intently. Waiting patiently, temporarily preoccupied. I swallow nervously. His eyes flare momentarily. He holds my gaze steadily, and he stares appraisingly. Squirming uncomfortably, he shrugs non-committally. He inhales sharply. Nervously, I tuck my loosened hair behind my ear. He turns his head slowly. He says, quietly, "Stare blindly. Well, you'd better drive carefully." His eyes narrow speculatively. And mercifully, the doors close. And mercifully, this chapter is over. No sex. And we'll get you the video some other time. And because this is a horrible book, and I'm, you know, kicking the piss out of it, I also want to recommend each time a book you could be reading instead. Today's book is Red Harvest by Dashiell Hammett. It is the baddest ass fucking tome you will ever open up. If you've ever seen For a Fistful of Dollars or Yojimbo, that's the book that they're both based off of. Dashiell Hammett right here, Red Harvest, is in this volume, and you should read it. So read along with me, and we'll get back to 50 Shades of Grey later. Good night.